Hey everyone, welcome to Penang Watch Guy, where I bring you the latest watch reviews and pretty soon, news related to the industry as well. So if you haven't subscribed, please make sure you do so to receive my next content as soon as they are released. Now, when it comes to Rolex, there's no shortage of hype, interest and buyers. No matter what model they push out, there's always demand for them, and even more so when the pieces themselves are vintage. That is why I'm extremely excited to present to you the vintage Rolex GMT Masters Rootbeer, reference 16753. So let's get into it, shall we? So first thing, let's push the technicalities aside. The gold and brown tone bezel is the absolute deal breaker for me here. The color shades actually remind me of the actual beverage, more so than the current GMT Masters Rootbeer. That's obviously not the point, but you should only call something from what it really resembles, and this vintage model does it better in my opinion. The bezel, crown, hands and indices are all gold, which I think looks better when it has aged now than when it was first released in 1970. The brown and gold can be a double-edged sword, however. It stands out entirely on its own and doesn't need any sort of clothing to complement it, and that's both a bad news and good news, especially for those of you who like to wear matching clothing, because in my opinion, brown is definitely a hard color to spot. Maybe this problem can be solved by choosing the right bracelet. You get a choice between Jubilee and Oyster bracelet, as well as a brown or black bezel. If the overall color scheme and the fact that it looks amazing in real life isn't enough to sway you, then maybe the movement will. Equipped with a higher beat caliber 3075, an upgrade of the 1570 caliber used in older GMT Masters models, it comes with a quick set date, which is helpful when traveling across time zones, or if you just need to wind it real quick. It stores 42 hours of power, and is an absolute perfect fit for me at 40mm in diameter in its light steel case. Getting back to the gorgeous bezel and dial, under the right light it looks drop dead gorgeous, but this model falls victim to its dial that turns flaky or reddish over time. You might have to spend more to get a truly mint version. I also like how the crown guards curve elegantly upwards from the lug to the crown, and naturally being Rolex, the metal is perfectly polished. Now, the thing about buying any vintage Rolex is that it's hard to know if you're handling the real deal. How do you make sure it's authentic, if it's been repainted, or if it's fake? What I'm saying is, buying vintage takes more effort than strolling down to your nearest seller and then just requesting to buy from them. It takes some research, but in your time and effort, you will be handsomely rewarded once you are able to locate the right piece for the right price. For this particular model in mint condition, be ready to pay upfront about $10,000 US. And that's it. What are your thoughts on this watch? Would you pay $10,000 for a mint version of it? I know I would, but I'd like to know what you think. Let me know in the comment section below, and once again, be sure to hit that subscribe for more content. And I'll see you next time. Cheers.